Hey everyone out there in YouTube land, thank you for joining me here on Retro Geek Gaming, where we like to talk about things that are gaming related, stuff that's retro related, and some geeky stuff as well, in case you couldn't tell by the title. Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time, if you like stuff like this, you can always feel free to leave a like. That way I know you've seen the content, you enjoy it, and I can use that to gauge future stuff that I do on this channel. Also, you can feel free to subscribe, because I'd like to do stuff like this, similar videos like this on at least a 3 time a week basis. As of right now, the current plan is to do this video, the weekend rewind, where I take news that I've heard about over the weekend, stuff that I've noticed that's come up in my phone or in my notifications over the weekend, and talk about it. And then Wednesdays, general discussions about whatever comes up in gaming, or something like a top picks or a fan theory where I talk about, the potential future of stuff and speculate, or just tell you what I want to see come from a particular franchise or whatever. And then every Friday, we're planning right now to do the Retro Rewind every single Friday. And the Retro Rewind is a podcast in which me and my co-host Mike come on and we talk about anything that we feel is relevant within gaming. We speculate about future stuff, we talk about stuff that we've seen in the news lately, and we just have a good old time. And you're always welcome to join us again. And you're welcome to leave comments about any of the stuff that you see, as long as we keep it friendly, please. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's topics. The first thing that I wanted to talk about is kind of old hat, at least for me, because this is something that I think I've already signed up for. But, in case you did not see it, let's talk about it here. And that is going to be that, sorry I had the wrong page up for a moment, that's going to be the news that apparently the PS5, PS4, Sony and all that stuff like that, they'll be getting Discord integration coming soon on their platforms. Now again, this is kind of old hat for me because I've already signed up with my PlayStation account on Discord, so I think it's something they've been kind of working in the background as part of a beta. So I assume that this is meaning that it's going to be part of a major update and make it a front-facing part of the actual interface. Now, I think this is going to be interesting for a couple of reasons. One, we already have people that use Discord as it is for, cross-platform talk. And some games, I think like Fortnite, allow cross-platform automatically, which would be nice if they just did that with all games. But having that cross-platform communication, I think, is going to be key, because I already have people within my own family. We play on PlayStation, and then we also play it on Xbox as well as on Switch. And depending upon whether we have another family member that's on a PC, they use that as well. So usually, a lot of times, all 4 of us are playing a game of like Minecraft or something together. And that's a really nice thing. And even though it's really not that big of a deal, because we're in the same house, we can just talk to each other. If we had the Discord app, and all I needed was to have like my tablet or a phone next to me, and I can use that, or even if it's something that is built in to where the Discord app's just in the background, maybe running as like a secondary thing. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how they're going to use it, but it could potentially open up the floodgates for players on PC or even Xbox to talk to each other through the PS4 and PS5. And of course, we all can sort of see how this could be something that could be game-changing, especially when it comes to the Switch. Because as of right now, there is nothing. There's nothing on the Switch except for the awkward phone app that they have for voice communication, right? So a lot of people are already using Discord as it is to just add a user and then talk to them through Discord on Switch. So this is nothing new, again, because you could do that already with PS4, Xbox, and all that stuff like that if you had the Discord app. But if it's built in, if it's baked into the OS on all these consoles in the future, well, then that opens up everything. Because now Minecraft is easier to talk to other people, or games that maybe even you don't even need to be playing the same game. Like I could be playing God of War, and my son could be playing Mario Kart, and we could still be on Discord chatting with each other, even if we're in another room. So it's something that I feel could be, a big game changer. and hopefully it's something that's implemented well. I don't know, because I just feel like that should just be an integrated part of the OS anyway. It should be something that's baked in already. Does that make sense? Instead of having to go through an app or something else. But what do you guys think about that? I'd love to hear what you have to think. And so let's go ahead and get into the next topic. And of course, that's going to be something that I kind of figured Sony would do. And it's nice to see an official announcement from it. And that is that Sony is going to acquire a video game mobile studio called Savage Games. And they're going to be able to use this to bring games to mobile. Now, we've already seen them transition over to PC. And this is something that, you know, it's kind of a hot topic here lately, where people are just talking about our exclusives ending because, you know, we're getting PlayStation games on PC. And we're getting Xbox games on PC. Will Nintendo eventually put games on PC? Who knows? We already have Nintendo games showing up on mobile. So if you look at the fact that you can play Nintendo games on a mobile platform or a tablet or something, and through the power of xCloud, you can play Xbox games on a phone or a tablet. And now with this, with them acquiring a mobile game studio, with your phone or your tablet, you basically have the potential. Granted, they're not AAA, AAA Mario, Zelda. You know, they're not AAA Nintendo games, but you essentially have the option to play all of the big three on one device, which is interesting. Now, as this article mentions, this says that Sony doesn't seem to want to stop at just bringing titles to PC. They have a patent spotted for a new PlayStation mobile controller, and Sony has announced its new PlayStation Studios mobile division, which will focus on creating games for handheld devices, which is pretty neat. And of course, this just makes me instantly wonder if they're going to do stuff like, you know, because they do this with every single bit of platform that they come out with, like the PS4 with its camera had like an Astro game on it, and the VR had an Astro game on it, and the PS5 had an Astro game on it. It wouldn't surprise me if we see some kind of an Astrobot game that comes out for the mobile market first. But it's just going to be interesting to see how this will work. Like, are we going to see Sony start bringing AAA titles, or like God of War or the Uncharted's? We're going to see older games come out, or like, what are we going to do? You know, are we going to see just like, again, an Astrobot, or maybe something smaller or older? I don't know if something like Horizon could run. It probably could. There were some very powerful laptops, and there were some very powerful tablets and phones out there that could probably do it. So, or whether they just mean older titles, maybe stuff from like, you know, the Jack and Daxter, maybe from like the PS2 or PS3 days. I don't really know. But this is great. I think this is going to be really good, and I'm interested in what you guys have to think about that. You know, what games do you think Sony is going to bring over? Because that's the big question to me. Is what games are they going to bring over? Or they're going to come out with mobile-specific content at first, kind of like how Nintendo did with Matomo. You know, they just kind of like, they created something specifically as a social experiment for mobile to see how it would test the waters. And then, of course, they tried to do, you know, Super Mario Run and a Fire Emblem game and Dr. Mario and Mario Kart Tour. And who knows what else they have in the pipeline. Now, the reason why I think that it might be more a mobile game is because we have the PlayStation app. You know, you can connect to your PlayStation through the app, and then with a little grip or whatever, you can just play it right there. Same thing with Xbox. So maybe it's going to be just mobile-only games, kind of like how Netflix does. Netflix has, you know, if you go to their Netflix app, you can download mobile games that are specifically going to go only to your phone. You can't play them on your computer, and you can't play them on the TV or anything, at least not yet. But Netflix has been talking about getting into the gaming market also. So who knows if they'll eventually, again, have all this available in their app. The only time will tell, but that's some interesting stuff, I think. But that could just be me. It could just be too early in the morning on a Monday. But what do you guys think about this news? Do you think that either of these is going to be a big game-changing thing, or you think it's just going to be irrelevant, or something that's going to go the way of the dodo in a few months when they we're not making money on this, and they're just going to kind of pass up on it? That's going to be it for now. Make sure that you join me Wednesday as I find an interesting topic to try to talk about with you guys. And of course, I'm going to double check first chance that I get on whether or not we're still going to do the retro review on the retro rewind, on Friday. And we got some interesting stuff planned for that. A new template, new way that we're going to do it. I think it's going to be completely fun. And of course, I'm going to continue to play around with this channel too, to just sort of, again, bring you the best experience possible. But I hope that you guys enjoyed the content, and I appreciate you for following me along on this journey as we continue to change the channel up to find out what works best for the audience. Because all I want at the end of the day is the best for you guys. I want to give you the best production variety that I possibly can for the limited amount of funds that I have at the moment. But hopefully that will change soon. I'm taking up enough of your time, guys. I appreciate you watching. Have a good one, and I will see you next time.